Hey, today I'm going to be doing a 30-minute get ready for work natural look. This is obviously the look, so if you like what you see, then keep on watching. Oh, Lord of mercy, I am not a morning person, but I'm about to beat my face. I don't know about you. I see some people in the mornings who can completely just do their makeup with their hair all in their face or whatever. I gotta get that crap out of my face because it drives me insane. And I have all these little baby hairs where it breaks and stuff, so kind of drives me crazy and it gets in my way. The first thing I do every morning whenever I get up, I wash my face. I go through my skincare regimen, and if you're interested in that, then I can do a video on it. But once I sit down to get ready to do my face, I use the Clinique Dramatically Different Moisturizing Gel. I have very oily skin, but I put this on right before I start to do my makeup. I just do probably like 2 little pumps or whatever. Put it on my face. Even though I have super oily skin, I found that moisturizing actually makes my makeup go on better and keeps me from getting super oily throughout the day and from getting as much cakiness. Also, the fine lines and wrinkles in my face, I have really bad wrinkles right here and in my forehead. Just applying a moisturizer before I do my makeup seems to help with that too. The next step you want to do after you apply the moisturizer and let it absorb into your face is to apply a face primer. I like the MAC Prep Plus Prime Skin Base Visage. I'm probably butchering that, but I love this stuff because it goes on so smooth, and it's got a little bit of sparkle into it, so I feel like it makes my skin just kind of look a little luminous underneath, and it just goes in really smooth. The next step that I do is I actually apply a setting spray to my face before I put my foundation or anything else on. I feel like it kind of makes my foundation and everything else last a little bit longer, and I feel like it helps control some of my oil because I have very, very oily skin. And today I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Photo Focus setting spray. For this to be such a affordable product, it actually works really well. I just shake it up and spray a pretty generous amount. And it seems like this stuff takes forever to dry, so I just fan it. And it smells really good. Next, I'm going to go in and I'm going to apply my foundation. I use the MAC Studio Fix Fluid in color NW13. And I have beauty blenders, but I actually really like the Real Technique sponge. It just works better for me than the beauty blender. I feel like this one's just a little bit softer. As I'm sitting here beating my face every single time that Michael Jackson song Beat It like pops into my head, and I just feel like it should cue somewhere in the background. I really like this foundation. You can either do a medium coverage or you can build it up to a full coverage. It's a pretty good foundation. It also is really good for my oily skin. It doesn't get too bad, or it doesn't break up too much throughout the day. And since I'm just doing a 30-minute get ready for work look, I'm not trying to build up too much coverage. Next, I'm going in with the Mary Kay Perfecting Concealer in Deep Ivory. Not trying to get too fancy with this, just simple under the eye. I'm going to go back in with my Real Technique sponge and just blend that out. Underneath my eyes, my concealer tends to crease pretty bad. So what I like to do is just take the old school little triangle sponge, and I take the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish and Light Plus. And not really, I just set underneath my eyes with that before it really has too much of a chance to crease. After that, I like to go in with the Mary Kay Translucent Powder. It's just a loose powder container. And I'm going to use the Morphe Y6 brush. Oh gosh. So literally every bit of this totally didn't record. So we're gonna turn this from a full face tutorial to basically eyebrow, eye, and lip tutorial, because I'm not gonna go wash my face off and refilm this. So let's get into how I do my eyes, my eyebrows, and my lips for work. Seriously, like, that would just be my luck. And I would love to say that it was my camera. It was operator error. Like, totally all on me. So I'm gonna try to salvage this and at least get something decent out of it. I'm gonna go in and do my eyebrows, because I don't know if you can tell or not on camera, but I basically don't have any eyebrows. There's hair there, but you can't see it. So I like to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyebrow pencil in the color taupe, and I'm at the very end of this one, so I'm hoping I can make this one work. But I like to take the spoolie in and just kind of comb out my eyebrows a little bit. And I have to sharpen my pencil before I do each eyebrow, because I just have to. I can't do my eyebrows if my pencil is dull. So the way that I start is I actually start kind of mid-arch, because I have hair there. It's just really hard to see. It's super blonde. So I actually just outline my natural eyebrow. If you want to overline it, you can. Just make sure that you do short little strokes so it doesn't look like they are just straight up drawn in. And for the inner corners, I just like to draw the little hairs up very lightly. And then I get a little bit darker as I go towards the outside of my eye. Oh Lord, this will happen to me. And makeup, usually something always goes wrong in my case. the end of my pencil while I was sharpening it to do my other eyebrow just came off. It's not the end of the world. Find a way to fix it. I got this Revlon, it's a Color Stay brow pencil. It's got the little spoolie on the end, and then it's kind of got like an angled tip. Well, after I've used it, I've made it into a round tip, but I'm gonna try to do the other eyebrow with this and see if I can't salvage it. And this is in the color Soft Brown. We're getting there. I'm trying to salvage them. Next I'm going to go in with Benefit Browsings and Light. Open it up and it's got the wax and then some little tweezers and a couple of little brushes. Pretty much only use the powder. I've never used the wax ever. I just do it to kind of fill in where the pencil didn't exactly fill in. I always wondered why I have such bad forehead wrinkles, and the more that I watch myself do my eyebrows and all the faces that I make, pretty sure I know where they came from. I also talk with my eyebrows. And just as I get towards the inner corner, I try to get lighter with the powder. And as I go towards the outer corner, I try to get a little bit heavier with the powder just to make it kind of start light and fade to dark. They always say the eyebrows they're not twins, they're sisters. I'm just trying to get mine into the same family right now. Because they're struggling. That's about as good as they're gonna get. And lastly, I go in with the Tinted Brow Gel by Anastasia Beverly Hills. And I just like to use this just so throughout the day my eyebrows don't move. So no one comes and licks them off if they get mad at me, whatever. Next, I go in with the Too Faced Shadow Insurance on my eyelids to prime my eyelids. And I use my ring finger to go in and kind of smear it around just because they say that using your ring finger, you're typically not as rough on your eyelids, and I don't want to damage them or pull them too much or be too harsh with them and create wrinkles later on down the line. They say you can use the same ring finger underneath your eyes whenever you're doing like night cream or anything like that. It's just more gentle than the rest of your fingers typically are. And while that dries, I typically will go in and line my lips and go ahead and do my lips. And to line my lips, I like the Revlon Color Stay in Rose. I've tried a million different lip liners, and this just over time has been the best one that I've ever used. And the color Rose, every time I go to the store, it's always sold out and it drives me crazy, but it's a really pretty pink nude color and it just lasts all day. It doesn't move. It keeps your lipstick from kind of feathering out. It's just overall a very good lip liner. Now for lip color, I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick. This is in the color Pure Hollywood. This is my go-to absolute favorite color. Pretty much every lipstick that I buy is, even if it's a different brand, I still gravitate towards this exact same color. And I love the Anastasia liquid lipsticks. They seem to last all day. I typically don't have to reapply them until at least 8 hours of wear. I can eat with it, I can drink with it, and it usually does not transfer. While I did my lips, my eyeshadow primer had plenty of time to set. So now I'm going to go in and do my eyeshadow. I actually did this look yesterday on someone else, and I used the Gwen Stefani Urban Decay palette. And I've used this palette plenty of times, but yesterday I actually really liked the way that it looked, and so I'm going to try and recreate it on myself. Going in, I'm going to mix the colors Stark and Skimp, which are these two colors right here. And I'm just going to apply them all over my lid. And I'm using a Sigma P84 brush. Next, I'm going to go in with the color Zone. For that, I'm going to use my IT Cosmetics. It's the All Over Shadow Crease Brush. And just using a windshield wiper motion, I'm going to do the crease and pull it up, but not quite to the brow bone. Next, I'm going to go in with a little bit more defined brush. I have the Sigma E38. It's still a fluffy brush, but it's not as fluffy as the first brush. And I'm going to go in with Anaheim. I'm going to apply it to my crease, but I'm not going to pull it up as far as what I did with Zone. Next, I'm going to go in with an even more defined brush. It's the Firm Blender. It's the Sigma E44. And as you can see, it gets even more tapered. And I'm going to be going in with Punk. I'm only going to put a tiny amount of Punk onto the end of this. And I'm going to make sure that I do a pretty good job of tapping off the excess, because this is a pretty dark color. And I'd rather put just a little bit instead of building up way too much all at once. But I'm going to stay really low in the crease with this one. And I'm also going to kind of blend in the outer corner. Now I'm going to go back in with the Sigma Tapered Blending E40 brush. This is a clean brush, and I'm just going to go back in and just kind of blend everything out. Next, I'm going to go in with this Smashbox. It's just a travel definer brush. And I'm going to go into Serious, just on the very outer corner of my eye, and I'm just going to put a tiny amount just to darken it up. And I'm just going in little circular motions. Next, I'm going to take the Sigma E58 brush, and I'm going to spray it with the Photo Focus setting spray. And I'm going to go into the color Pop and apply it to, just pat it onto my lid. Now I'm going to go back in with the Smashbox definer brush. I'm going to take a little bit of the Anaheim and go around my lower lash line. Now I'm going to go in with the Sigma F68. It's actually a pinpoint concealer brush, and I'm going to go in with Punk on my lower lash line. I'm going to go back in with the Smashbox definer brush and just kind of blend it all out. Now I'm going to line my eyes with the Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner in dark brown. I love this because it's a felt tip pen. It's easy to draw a winged liner with, which I'm not going to do too much of an extreme wing. And now I'm going to go in with the Urban Decay 24/7 Waterline in Legend. I'm just going to do my upper waterline and my lower waterline. And I'm not bringing it into the inside corners on my top or bottom waterline, just on the outside corners. Last thing I'm going to do is I've found that if you use 2 different mascaras, that it will help you build your lashes a little bit better. I just feel like during the day you probably don't want falsies for work. So I'm going in at first with the Lash Intensity Mascara by Mary Kay. And then on top of that, I'm going to go with the Maybelline Big Shot. And this one is actually waterproof. I like to always use a waterproof mascara, but that's just me. I typically have allergies and my eyes water a lot, so I just like the extra protection. This completes my 30-minute get ready for work natural look. Hopefully you enjoyed what you watched, and if you have any questions or comments, please put them down below, and make sure you subscribe and hit the thumbs up button. Thanks for watching. Good morning, good evening, whatever time you get up. It's actually like 5 o'clock in the afternoon here. Good morning! I am going to attempt to beat my face in 30 minutes or less. So let's get into it.